Hey guys,
Hola, hola, ¿cómo
I don't think your
estás?
mic is close enough to your mouth. Pause. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good
Yeah.
evening. How's everybody doing?
Hey guys, can y'all hear me good? I hear people say that. Can y'all hear me well? Can y'all hear me good?
Hey, it makes sense.
How are you guys doing tonight? Let's go. Who's gonna be the first to comment tonight to let us know who's in the house tonight and where you're watching from? Who's going to be the first to comment tonight? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, my sis.
Of course.
Okay. You know what? We need to give out a prize. We need to give a prize out to
The streamer of the year.
the streamer of the year. My sister Miranda from New Jersey, but she reps Brooklyn. Good to always have you with us, Miranda. Y'all, why don't you guys just share? Tonight is going to be a pretty um, raw moment, babe, with the Garcons. Pierre, Arshil, Elian. Welcome.
Oh, you know what that is?
Oh, the
That's
aliens.
huh?
The aliens?
Yeah,
Oh,
Mr. Funny Guy.
yeah. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight.
I'm just trying to set up my computer so I could see
Mm.
stuff, guys. I apologize.
Alrighty, guys. So, like, what
All
you
right,
got? Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
ready. I'm ready.
You guys know what you can do, right? You can first of all follow us.
On all
Erway.
platforms, man.
Okay.
Wherever you're joining from.
And we want you to share this live. We really want to um,
Impact.
impact. Good word. And be impacted. Okay.
Even better word.
Um, so, yeah, definitely share this with your group chats and come on in the room. And we're going to get started.
Yeah, guys. So we are here tonight. We were not here last week. Last week we were on a little family downtime. We went.
Why we call everything little? It wasn't little. It
wasn't
was
little.
big and beautiful.
And we had a great time. We took the kids away for spring break. Went to Great Little Lodge for about 3 days, 2 nights. By the third day, everybody was ready to go home because
Even Bailey.
even Bailey, everybody was just tired. It's not a commercial. Great with Lodge people, if you're watching this, maybe holler at us for our sponsorship. I'm not playing, but it's an indoor water park. If you're not familiar with it, the kids loved it. They had a
Yeah.
really good time. I was kind of mad because my spring break was shorter than their spring break. I had a week.
Yeah, they OD'd with our spring break. Like
Bro,
we had a week and 3 days. Well, 2 days.
you complaining?
I'm just saying it was like
You
11 days.
complaining?
I was
You
like, what is
complaining?
going on? I have another day off. But yeah, it was beautiful. But we did miss you guys, and so we're glad to be back today. Yeah. So
And make sure you stay for the entire live because we do have some announcements at the end we are excited about. So we're gonna make sure that you are in the building. So for those of you guys who are here, just as N was saying before, be sure to share the live with at least 5 people. Let's get some people on here. Let's grow this platform. Don't be selfish because if you're getting a lot of good things, you keep coming back every week. We definitely want to make sure that you are having other people join in so they could get as much, if not more, than you've been getting.
like
So
sharing is literally
Bro.
free. Like it doesn't take much to share. Just
It really
just click
doesn't.
share
It
and
really
then send it
doesn't.
to someone.
For real, for real.
And then that person can send it to someone else. It's almost like paying it forward, right? We just want to build this platform so that it reaches more people.
Yeah. And we cannot do it alone.
Yeah. Yeah. We have the heart to help. Yeah. All right. Oh, I should have shared my thing here so they could vote for me.
Oh.
Can you
I gotta
feel
find
that?
a link though.
Yeah, guys. So thank you so much, Miranda. So to the couple of you who are here still, I am in this competition for America's Favorite Teacher, and I'm in first place in my group right now.
The group stages.
Yeah, group stages. So I'm first in my group, and tomorrow they will vote to see who goes to the next quarterfinals. So Irvin will add a link.
Fine, I'll find a link.
He'll find a link and he will add it to the chat. And once you see it, I would appreciate it if you would vote for me. It's free to
Yeah.
vote. There are free votes that you can do once a day. But then there are also
Paid votes.
paid votes where you can donate. That would be lovely too. But I'm
Yeah.
not pressuring anyone. Yeah. So if you love me, I would appreciate that.
So it is a legit organization. It's teacher Hey guys, so our computer died.
Now they can't hear us, honey.
No, it
Mics.
was mute. I unmuted it.
Can you hear us now?
All right, we have to do a sound check all over again. Sorry about that, everybody. Miranda, if you're still here, or anybody, confirm that you can still hear us, that we are still good. Still here, or anybody?
Okay,
confirm
yes.
that you can still hear us.
Back up and we hear you. Perfect. All right, guys. So sorry. That's real life. The computer wasn't charged.
Well, thank you for not leaving though.
Thank you guys for staying. Thank you
Yeah,
guys
thank you,
so
Vanessa.
much.
Thank you for the
Oh,
confirmation.
Vanessa. Hey, Sil.
Hey, Sil the boss.
Dr. Sil.
Yes,
Thanks for
Alyssa.
joining, Alyssa. All right, guys. Yeah, so like Irvin's was sharing before we got rudely cut
Word.
off. The devil's a liar. Always want to blame the devil. But yeah, so I applied to
Oh, you're
the.
still in first place, bro.
I know Irvin's made me apply. Actually, I really didn't. I was nervous about applying, but he told me to, and so I did.
I told you to.
And I applied, and I've been doing pretty well in the competition. So I'm in first place. The link will be there. Please, 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 just vote for me. It is free to vote. And like we were said before, if you want to do a donation, that is also welcome. So
I have no idea how this is gonna look across when you guys log in. Instagram people, I'll just put a
look,
link.
babe, it's fine.
Oh, can people click the link?
Yeah.
What happened when we click it?
Yeah, it goes.
Go to Safari. Test it.
Honey,
Log
it
away, fam.
goes.
Safari.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So the link we just posted in the chat, you can use that to vote for Anne as America's favorite teacher. Basically, the organization is a way to raise funds for Teach for America as well, which is like a big teacher training. What do I call it? A fellowship. And so that's a way of raising funds, but it's legitimate. We did our research.
Yes, we did.
There was they fly out the winner, and they actually do get the prize. So if anybody deserves that prize, is Anne Garcon.
You're
so
amazing.
make sure you go ahead and vote for her. And for those of you guys who are on Instagram, I'm gonna put a link on Instagram as well for you to be able to vote for her. All right. So yeah.
So today, thank you for getting we got all that out the way. If you have voted or if you're going to vote, just put it in the chat just to kind of encourage me. Say, I got you, sis. I'm a vote
Yeah,
or I
I like that.
voted. Right.
I got you, sis.
That'd be nice.
And you can vote every single day. We need Ann to stay in first place up until tomorrow night,
Yeah.
so she can move forward, right? So your vote really
No, I
counts.
will stay in place. Come on,
Yes.
let's speak those
Come
things,
on
okay?
now.
I
Come on
will
now.
stay in place until tomorrow night with your help. Thank you, Miranda. Thank you, Alyssa. She got me. All right, y'all. All right, moving on to tonight's topic. Whew, thanks, Vanessa. Um,
So for the Instagram people, I just posted it. I just don't know how to pin it. I gotta figure some of these things out.
hold it down, honey.
But I don't know.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll post it on our Love Talks page story as well.
Yeah, I will do the stories.
But so tonight's topic, if you guys saw the title, it's called Defining Moments. Okay. And we came up with this title because of some recent what you shaking your head for, sir?
I have nothing to say.
Some recent things that Irvin and I have been basically like going through, right? We've been married now for 17 years. This year in August we'll make 18 years, guys. We're finally going to be legal. So
Illegal and it's a joke, guys. We're legally married.
I think they know. But we're about to be 18 years old, y'all. And we're finding that in this stage we are starting to encounter certain roadblocks as far as communication is concerned, as far as needs are concerned, right? And we're being really vulnerable today.
We're always vulnerable.
We are?
Yeah, it's just extra.
Okay, we're extra. And so I thought of what we were like going through and the kind of roadblocks that we were hitting in like I said, in this realm of communication. And I thought of how important it is for you to define moments, define expectations, define feelings, define intentions.
Yeah.
So that the other person is clear. And notice I'm really trying to choose my words carefully, so I'm kind of taking my time with this. So that the other person is clear and that they don't feel like this was just thrown on them and they like, okay, what do I do with this? You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of like where we're gonna go. I hope you guys are understanding where I'm going with this, what exactly what I'm explaining. But it's so important to define things, because two people can have an idea of what they think one thing is, but if they don't explicitly define it, they really won't know if they're looking at it the same way, right? For example, like I can look at the glass half empty. You can look at it half full. But if we don't talk about it and explain what our perception is or how we see it, then we're both going to be thinking that we're looking at it half empty, or we're both going to be thinking that we're looking at it half full. Am I making sense?
Yeah, you are. I think the fact that you're trying to use your words so wisely, you like say more things you need to.
Okay.
To define it. So basically we were having a discussion the other day, and what really inspired the topic for tonight, and usually that's how we come up with our topic, guys. Like, it's very organic. I think that's one thing that I love about doing the lives, the organicity the organiscus,
Organicity.
the organistus.
Just say how organic.
No, I don't want to say
Please.
that way. The organistism of it
Oh Lord.
is one of the things that make it so cool. Even sometime when we have our guest on, our guest Miranda's been a guest. She could tell you, they never know ahead of time what the questions are gonna be and what is gonna be said. So I say all that to say, one of the great things about when we come on live, we know the topic, we figure out the topic maybe a day or two before, based on what's happening in the current realm or space that we are in. And so we're having a conversation, a discussion, I think two days ago. And I think we said one thing, and then and it was like either in or me. One of us said, then how would you define this?
You said it.
Yeah, so how would you define uh what was the thing?
Um, keep talking. I'll find it.
Yeah, so something was said. Let's say, for example, romance. I think it was. I think it was that. I don't know.
It really wasn't romance,
It was.
but we were talking about romance. We were
Yeah.
talking about support.
Yeah.
We were talking about needs. We were talking about changes and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then Irvin says,
So how would you define whatever that particular term is?
why can't I remember it now? Of course, when we need to share it, we don't remember.
Right. And then
go ahead.
it felt like we had almost semi-different definition of what that particular term or thing was. So it's like, for example, let's say it is romance. So my definition of it was probably this, and N's definition was something else. And so that's like,
but then you think you're being romantic because you're operating from your definition.
Right.
Whereas I don't feel like you're being romantic because you are not operating from my definition of it. Right.
Yeah.
And I think that once the definition is shared, then a compromise can be made. Because like if that's the way you feel that you do it, but this is the way that I feel that I receive it, we kind of have to come to the middle, and like where both parties feel like, you know, their idea was taken into consideration.
But then we realize the challenge even in that is when there's still a level, a degree of subjectivity in definition.
Okay.
There's still a degree of subjectivity in it. Like even when you look up a word in Google, you're trying to find a definition of a particular word, you will see some variation between Webster, between Oxford, between dictionary.org or com, between every other online dictionary you could think of. There's some variation of what that particular term means. And then what do we do when you see all these different definitions?
We choose the one that we like
you
best.
choose the one that you like best. Right? And so this brought up the topic of a lot of conflicts that may happen, conversation that may happen in a relationship or a marriage, because you are defining what something or a need is, but the person have a different definition of what that means, right? So if we want to get into our specific conversation that we're having,
before we go there,
don't be cutting me off.
You always do it all the time, honey. So before we go there,
this is the part where you need to share, y'all, because you're gonna
we're
gonna help somebody. So you definitely take about 5-10 seconds and share right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
We want to see it go up at least once or twice. The numbers to go up
3.
At least once.
Oh, we ain't gonna talk about our business.
Oh, please. Talk about our business.
We ain't talking about our business if we don't share it.
Before we even talk about our it went up one. Okay. Before we even before we even talk about our business, when you think of the word defining moment, right? A defining moment is a point in your life when you're urged to make a pivotal decision, or when you experience something that fundamentally changes you. Okay? Not only do these moments define us, but they have a transformative effect on our perceptions and our behaviors. Okay? When you hear defining moments, when people talk about a defining moment, that's really what they're talking about, right? There are there's a plethora of defining moments
Mm.
that we've had in our relationships, and I'm sure in your relationships as well.
Or you will experience in your
Or you
future
will
relationship.
experience that, right?
It comes with the territory.
Yeah. And these are moments that you remember. These are moments that shape you. Um, Sometimes good, sometimes bad, right? But these moments are moments that like you that kind of like are etched in your history, in your relationship, because they meant so much, right? They defined something for you. And so even as we talk about that and how
Mm.
important it is to really have some defining moments, because um I feel like defining moments in a relationship, they really build character. They build longevity. They can build
Mm.
they can open doors for communication. So like yeah, right. But now bringing it into our relationship, I feel like as we are defining and trying to fine tune some of our, I guess, our previous definitions of certain things, this is now a new defining moment for
Hi,
us.
Tamar. Welcome, welcome. She said hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Right? This is like a new defining moment for us because it's going to shape what's to come. It's going to shape the rest of our relationship for prayerfully for the better. But okay, tell our business.
And it's on my nerves, y'all. That's it. Good night.
What does that mean though? Define that. Define me being on your nerves.
And is needy, y'all. My wife is super needy, right? No.
Don't say no. Be real, honey. Don't try to hurt. Don't think you're gonna hurt my feelings. I want you to be open. I want you to be honest. Okay, let's do this.
You see how Natalie's laughing? Natalie's laughing because Natalie knows you, so she knows how needy you can be.
Tell the people what
Oh
does
man,
needy mean? Define needy.
needy. ANNE, needy. No. So we were having a conversation. It's like it was a whole big it's like a big semi-component conversation, right?
Y'all, we gonna need y'all to therapize us right now. So those of you who are out there
So
who got some good stuff to share, we are open, okay?
So one of the things that came up in conversation, and this is where actually how we talk about defining romance, right? Because one thing that came up during the conversation this week, we were talking about sex, but part of it came to be about romance. And I told Anne because she was saying I need to be wooed, I need this, that, and the third. I told Anne, I think you married the wrong person. Let that marinate. Let's see some reactions. After 18 years, I told my wife, I think she married the wrong person.
He literally said that to me.
I did. What do you guys think about that? What do you think I'm going with that? This is where you talk. We're going to be quiet for a second. What do you think I meant by when if I say Anne, she liked to be touched, she liked to be so there you go, Vanessa. So, guys, I don't know if you ever see. There's a movie that came out a couple years ago. It's a Brendan Fraser movie, and I cannot remember the name of the movie. But there was a scene where basically the devil was granting wishes to what he wanted to be, and he wanted to be super romantic. And the way he was being romantic on a date was with his wife was, oh my God, the beauty of your sky, your eyes enlightened my soul. The way your sister lock is liking my sister. The sun and the moon. When I look at your face,
Thank you, Sylvie.
and then when he
Thank you.
and then he turned around and looked at the sunset, and homeboy starts to cry. Sunset is so beautiful, right? There's that degree of romanticism from a guy, from being so touchy feeling and all that stuff. And then there's a degree of romanticism of being present for that person. So I told Ann, if This is oh my God, you are so beautiful. I cannot live without you.
But who says I even want that, bro?
And I told her, if this is what you wanted, you married the wrong person.
And I'm glad he
And
said
I
that.
asked her
Honestly,
that, and
listen.
I asked her, hold on one second. I told Ann,
Thank you,
babe,
Vanessa.
when you first met me, was I ever like that?
And what did I say?
No.
I said no. I did. But, and I even said to him, I said, babe, you know what? We recently did a video on what when needs change. Like what we're supposed, and we have yet to go back and watch it.
Mhm.
I said, how about we go back and sit and listen to what we said? Because
It's not for us.
the
It's
woman
for
that I was,
it's not for us.
it's for
them.
us, honey. At this point, it's for us. The woman that I was when we first met, right? I met this guy when I was 19 years old. Like I was 19.
I was barely legal. I was 17.
I'm not afraid to share my age. I'm 40. What am
I was 17 turning 18. Huh?
What am I?
I was born in 80.
So yeah, I was born. So I'm 42.
You're about to be 44, fam.
I'm 40. I'm 43.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. Anyway, that's not the point. So the woman that I was at 19 years old, the woman that I was even at 27 or 36, I'm not that same person anymore. And because I'm not that same person and I've evolved,
yes,
right?
Sylvie. Go ahead.
Right? Because I'm not that person anymore and I've evolved, and this is the thing, I am never quiet about my needs. I'm never quiet about it.
She's really not. And that's why I call her annoying and needy.
And
Lovingly.
And honestly,
Lovingly,
I think,
right?
yes. And I think that actually helps you because you're not fishing for, okay, should I talk about the moon and the stars? Should I talk about the make a poem for her? Should I do a song? Should I do that?
Yeah.
No, you don't have to think about it. I make it plain and clear, and I define what stage I'm in and what I expect from you, right? It's a big word. It's a big word, right? At a certain point, a woman grows and gets older, more confident, knows herself more, and you start to get more in your prime. And that is where I am. I'm a grown woman. Like, I need grown woman things. And so what you gave me when I was 19 is not suffice anymore.
Ooh.
Right? And guys, we're really going deep right now. Ooh. And not in a bad way. Irvin's is an amazing flipping husband.
Curse.
Okay.
Curse so they know it's real. I'll bleep it after.
Irvin's is an amazing husband, y'all. Like he loves the heck out of me. And I know he does, right? But there is a but. Okay. It's not negating your love. Because we are so heavy on being intentional.
You're calling me fat?
My gosh, everything. This be our real conversations. Like when I'm trying to be serious, he always has a joke. Anyway.
You just call me heavy.
Because we are so heavy on intentionality. I'm sorry. Thank you, Natalie. Not but. And I'm not going to say but because but does actually negate. I should know. Thank you.
Tamara and Natalie, that's what y'all here for?
They helping me right now. He loves the heck out of me. So I'm going to rewind. Irvin's loves the heck out of me. And I know it. I know he does. He expresses it in the ways that, in his ways, right? And that's hard for me to continue by saying and it makes me feel special. And I want you to know that. The way you love me, it makes me feel like amazing. I love it. What I'm asking, and I don't feel like it's too much of an ask. What I'm asking is for that intentionality that we speak about to be displayed on a daily basis. Almost like you, because like you know how they say what's that familiarity thing?
Breed something.
The
Comfortability
familiarity breeds contempt or
or
something
something
like
like
that.
that.
Not that contempt in a hatred way, but like almost like when you become so familiar with someone, it's almost like you I got you. I don't need to do any more work to keep you. You know what I'm saying? Not like that, for lack of better explanation, right? I don't want you to become familiar with me. I don't want us, and I said to him, I don't want us to get
Where are the men tonight?
I don't want us to get to a place of familiarity where we're no longer interested in learning about each other, in discovering new things about each other, in loving in new ways, in expressing that love in new ways, in accommodating our person based on their need. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want us to ever get to that place where we feel like, oh, we've arrived. Nah, bro. I'm a whole new woman. Like, you would be surprised some of the things I can do, some of the things like you
What
just
do
got to
you?
get me there.
What can you do? Please them up.
I don't you got to figure it out. You got to pull it out of me
Ooh,
because
pause. Pause.
I'm a whole new woman. Like they you guys get it. You're getting it. And that's why we're in this stage now. Complacency. That is why even married, you still have to keep dating, keep gathering data on your partner. Yes, because we're constantly changing. Irvin's after 18 flipping years, y'all.
Talk about me.
After 18 flipping years, he now has he now has needs. And if you guys have been following us, and as we talk about our relationship and stuff, I've been asking him, please share your needs. I want to know what your needs are. He used to say, my needs are to make sure that your needs are met, or to see, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, so cute, but really, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody said.
So
Somebody said on Instagram. We it's hard to see the Instagram post, so forgive us, guys. When you first met her, she didn't have 3 kids. I didn't have 3 kids either.
okay, and that's listen what I'm saying. Like, it's okay. It's okay if your needs didn't change, bro. It's good. But because mine has, doesn't mean that, okay, I can't be accommodated because, oh, mine didn't change, so yours can't change. No, it doesn't work that way, right? But all of a sudden, like I said, he has these sets of needs. I'm happy about it because I really wanted to know what your needs were. I feel like I'm talking a lot, right? I'm gonna give you a chance. However, now that your needs are here and you've made them known, so now I have to be obligated to meet those needs, even though my needs haven't been met yet. So, guys, like, I really want you to feel me out on this, okay? I don't want to sound like it has to be all about me, 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 me. But even in the loving and tender and supportive space of being a wife, you could get like a little petty. Bro, you just started expressing your needs and now you're talking about your needs and not being met. Bro, I've been talking about my needs for how long?
Yo.
So now all of a sudden it's an issue because your needs are not being met. But
we're gonna have to go there, so people understand what we're talking about. How ready are you? Because people need to understand.
What do they need to know?
Everything.
Like what?
The context of what we're talking about. So before we get there, before I say my 2 piece,
can we just answer some?
Wait, hold on. Before I say my 2 piece, Pastor Medasier Adener said on Instagram, why do women change so much? When you think you figure them out, here's another change. Couple that with what Miranda just asked on YouTube. How, when, and what made you realize you're a whole new woman?
Guys, I think that I think it's a beautiful thing for a husband to go through so many women. Like, bro,
What?
what do you mean? I've been like
It's
several
okay for me
women
to
for
go through.
you.
Oh, you
Yes.
said it's okay for a husband to go through so many women.
Yeah, in one person.
You ain't
I've
say
been
you ain't say that
several
part.
I've been
I was about
several
to put out an
women.
ad, bro.
I've been several women in this relationship.
And
Like, bro, you've met so many women, so you've had your cake.
and y'all praying for me, right? I don't know. You heard what she just said, right?
But each
How many
time,
women you've been? That's not like a disorder.
no, it's not a disorder. It's just you know that I'm every woman, right? I've been every woman, and I got more to come. Like, there's so many. Thank you, Tamar. There's so many versions of one woman. And I really feel like it goes as far as us understanding the anatomy, the physiology, the makeup of our person, right? Like, when you know what you're dealing with, who you're dealing with. You know how when people go to school to study to be a teacher or to study to be a doctor, you got to take classes to learn about all parts of it. Like, even with marriage, like, you got to study. The longer you're in, the more you got to learn. What?
I think this is really, really well said. Not to counter what you're saying,
Okay.
but I think this is a very great point. Now, I'm surprised. I don't know if this is really Etienne, Pierre, or his wife. I don't know which one is talking.
It's
Because
alien.
no, Alien, because you know sometimes, like for example, Natalie share a account
Yeah.
with her husband, but this is a lot of truth, right? It is not easy for men to express himself at a certain age. Men is more concerned about his obligation than his needs, right? So anyway, you ready? Is it my turn?
Make that work for you, honey. I don't know why, like, you honed in on that. Like, make it work for you.
I
What
have
do
to
you?
connect it. Is it my turn?
Okay, but wait, let me finish because I have so much to say. Um,
Keep up,
and
guys.
Irv, you stayed the same. That sounds crazy. Like, we're like, after 18 years, right? Unless he just wasn't sharing with me. You know what I'm saying?
When we get down to it, guys, y'all gonna be like, what? Okay.
Not really, honey. Irvin's, and this is the thing. Irvin thinks he's always right, and so I'm glad I'm glad we have an audience today to really kind of. And I'm not saying I'm right either. I'm just saying consider this perspective, okay? But anyway, I lost my train of thought. Okay, you got it.
My turn.
Your turn.
Y'all ready? All right. So to be transparent,
Hey, Professor O.
to be transparent, this is what N is talking about. Lately,
Someone did ask, "How do I know that I've changed?
so go ahead.
How did I know?"
Go.
When your desires shift, when what matters shifts, like, women know, like, I think we automatically know when something has shifted. When my priorities have shifted, when different responsibilities can turn me into a different woman, even just a different stage in life. Before I had kids, I was this really Google Gaga. Anything you gave to me, I was fine with. I was just in love, head over heels, and I didn't really consider too many responsibilities. I was like, oh, I got my man, he gonna take care of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was that I was like a little bird. So you had the little bird, right? But then after I got married and after I had children, after different career changes, different levels that I've kind of climbed in my personal life or whatever, things started to change for me, like the way I thought, the way I felt, how I viewed relationships. Like, my idea of relationships has grown exponentially from when we first started to where we are now. So, like, I think it's so many factors that have. Why are you laughing? Babe, I don't like when you do that.
Keep going.
So many factors have played into me knowing that I'm a different person and that I have different needs. And when you sit with those thoughts and when you sit with those feelings and you really try to examine it from a place of not being selfish, but of just being like your reality, like, you know, you've changed. You know that these are things that now need to be expressed and not just kept to yourself.
So one question that no one has asked yet, that you guys are tuning in. Thank you for being here, guys. Again, keep sharing if you're just coming in. Keep sharing and keep with people so you could come in to help them out, right? One question that hasn't been asked by anyone, so I guess I'll ask that question. What needs are you referring to?
Okay. So being very raw, open, real.
Go for it.
So but when, you know, my initial needs that I've expressed to Irvins, and he's always known, were words of affirmation, right? Where I just needed that affirmation, not to make me, and okay, and I will say this, and I will be very, very honest right now. At first, okay, even being married to my lovely husband, who I know loves me, his words made me feel better about myself. Okay. There was some work that I needed to do on myself. Okay. And I knew that. I knew that. And eventually I got to that place through just really affirming myself, right? And really trusting God and seeing how God sees me, seeing myself how God sees me, and knowing that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, right? The work that I needed to do for myself to get to a place where I didn't need him to affirm me with his words, that work was done. Praise God. Some people never get there, but I was able to get there. And I even shared that with him. I was like, okay, now I don't need you to do it. Now I just want you to do it. Right. And even as I expressed it over and over and over again, it was very, not that it wasn't done at all, but it was very sporadic or what is that?
Inconsistent.
Inconsistent and very rare. I would get words of affirmation from others. And I think I've shared this before. I'd be looking really nice, right? And I come downstairs and I get nothing from him, right? And then we would go out and like mad people are like, oh my God, he looks so good, he looks so good. Now it's the end of the night and we're in the car. On some days, I had to be like, so how do I look? Oh, you look really good. I forgot to tell you. What? And it's like, okay, I don't need it from you now. I don't want to hear now. Like, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so this has happened a lot of times, right? But I changed. That wasn't my need anymore. So I've had new needs. My new needs after that was, you know what? I want you to touch me more. Right? I became this physical touch type of person where I know that you're present when you're just sitting next to me and then you take my feet and you rub it, and these are very like fairly simple things. And I'm very explicit. I define exactly what it is that I want so that he's not left fishing or excuse me, wondering what can he do to please me. So I'd say, just kind of, put your, and I literally said, you could take my arm like this. Guys, the teacher in me, I had to be, there's something called explicit teaching where you teach your students exactly what you want them to do. I had to bring it here. So I said, you could take my arm, you can just like kind of rub it up and down like this. I said, not hard, like nice and soft. So I'm giving you the blueprint, bro. I'm giving you the cheat codes, everything, right? Or you can just run your fingers through my hair, right? That was still like a sporadic, rare, whenever he thought about it type of thing, right? Or whenever I mentioned it. So that I graduated to a new set of needs. I was like, you know what? I just need you to show me. I just need you to be a little bit more romantic. Romantic in the sense of you showing me that I'm on your mind. How does that look? that looks like I've been very busy with school. I've been by my computer working on papers. Y'all, if y'all know about school, school is not for the birds. Um, and so I'll be there and I'll say, if I'm over there, you could just come, you rub my back and give me a hug, or even sometimes pull me from the computer and just kind of grab me, or like, and I've been explicit in my definitions on how it looks so that I can know that it's not even to the point. It's now, it's like, it's not even about what I want anymore. It's about now, does what I want matter to you? After it's been explicitly defined.
No, tomorrow it's not really for me. All right, let me talk now. That's a really good question.
That's a really great
so every
question,
time you didn't
Tamara.
meet a need, you shifted your true desire to make it easy. No, it's really
I don't think that's what it was.
no.
Honestly, you know what I think it was? I think that the more, and I don't like to use this word, but I'm going to use this word, the more deprived, I know it's a bad word, but the more deprived, and I'm going to use the word because it's the only word that I can think of. The more deprived I felt in an area, I felt like I needed something else to think for, to make up for it.
See, that's a new thing because tomorrow as that question, we've never expressed that before.
Because I never thought of that question before.
So you can't make that a fact that you just discovered just now. But anyway, my turn. So
what do you mean? I can say that.
My turn. Okay. Y'all ready?
I just don't want him to catch no feelings, because sometimes he be catching feelings during these conversations. So I say, you got it, Irv.
So Anne approaches a lot of things with a lot of subjectivity. She's a very subjective, emotional person. Not trying to be disrespectful. So a lot of the things is very emotion based, right? So
to you, right?
It's very okay to me. It's very emotion based to me, right? And so recently, what we've been talking about is connected to intimacy, right? So this whole idea of the touch. While I'm if I was able to show you guys and move the computer, you'll be able to see our setup. Right now, we are in our living room area. Over here is our dining room. This is what Anne has turned into her study space. That's where she's been, I would say, for the past 4 years.
What? Wait.
Listen,
bro.
Let me finish.
Okay. Okay. I just started school.
You've been in that space for the past 4 years. If we count the time that we were from the pandemic till now. From the pandemic till now, Anne's life has transitioned to a lot of virtual things.
Okay.
My wife is a distributor for a health and fitness company. Shameless plug. If you like the way we're slimming down, it's because of her and what she does. There was a time when my wife was providing vocal lessons virtually. She was doing virtual teaching. She's a teacher, so there's a lot of time being spent on planning. Yes.
Okay.
Now More Like You Kids, which is her platform where she's planning for the kids. This thing was supposed to be just a pandemic thing. 6-7 years later, it's still happening. Our kids aged out, but they're not allowed to not come anymore. So she spent a lot of time on that table doing a lot of virtual planning, a lot of virtual work. What else you do on that table? And now we transition into work. So her life and wears many hats, and I love her for it. And one thing that you guys always say about when you see us is how much I support my wife in everything that she's doing.
You really do.
That table also has a recording studio where she's recording stuff. So her life spent a lot of time spent on that table over there. I'm not good with yardage. That's over there. And I'm always there supporting. Go for it. Do what you got to do. Bailey, what do you need? No, leave her mommy alone. Melody, take Bailey upstairs. So I'm supporting a lot of the things that she's doing, right? So now, when it comes to intimacy, the change of need that Anne is talking about is directly connected to intimacy. But now I'm not saying she's making things up. There's a lot of connections she's trying to make. I guess revelation that's coming along with it. So when it comes to intimacy, as a woman for intimacy start in their heads.
Mm-hmm.
We always talk about that. Those are the conversations that we have as a couple. It just can't start. Let's go to the bedroom and knock boots.
On some occasions, yeah, it can
On some
be that.
occasions, so I accept that. So there's some touching that she need not. But keep in mind our distance. And remember earlier when I was talking about, oh, you're beautiful, oh, the way the light shine your head. I'm not that person.
No, never
She
been.
never met that person. So when you're sitting over there, and this is what defining moments come into play. When you're sitting over there, my idea of romance is a support I'm giving you to do what you have to do and having a very long day. And my idea of romance also is when you come upstairs, it's time to go to sleep. I'm not going to say, try to get some. I'm looking at your body language, say, oh, she's tired. She's ready to go to sleep. I'm not going to do that. But, and always say, if we want to get intimate, that touching thing she's talking about, come to the table and touch me and this and the third, because that's why we get her started, which I understand. And I affirm, right? Is the word affirm
Okay, what?
applicable?
Keep
I
going.
affirm and agreed that that's what you need. But keep in mind, once again, I'm not a naturally romantic person. That's gonna y'all need a new dining room. Yeah, Tamar, you should see that dining room. I don't see that as a dining room anymore. It's like Anne's office. Anne's office where she does everything. Now, going from that, she's become a student.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so proud of her. She's wrapping up her first semester for this certification program that she's doing. I'm super proud of it. Hasn't been easy. There's time where she's at that table, she cries. She's at that table going crazy, doesn't know what she's doing. She called me over to come and look. I'm like, you bro, your professor's not here, right? Yo, chat GPT that joint, yo, because we don't know what it is. Chat GPT, right? So that's my definition of being romantic and providing the space, right? And so you're not getting that frequency of me going over there to touch your hair and design that. Although you said that's what you need, I'm gonna admit that it doesn't happen as frequent as it should happen, because it's not. And this is the part that I think that could come across very selfish in relationships, when in spite of the temperament being expressed, the how I am as an individual. Not to say you just stay the way you are, which is why she said sporadic. That happens sporadically. She didn't use the word never.
Mm-hmm.
Those terms, right? So sometimes you have to give credit for the sporadicity. Just making up words on tonight. The sporadicity of the frequency of it, because based on that person's temperament, it could be a situation where it's not happening at all. It could be a situation where the person is sulking. Oh, you at that table. This is where you are. You don't support. No, I provide that space. I provide that support for her to live her virtual life, which are great ventures for her, and that will also benefit the family. Which is why I always say it too when it comes to Anne, when it comes to her goals. She asked me about goals and stuff. I tell her my goal is what?
To make sure my goals are met
To
and
see you
I
accomplish your
succeed.
goal, that you succeed. To me, that's an example of romance, right? I might not be touching you, touching your hair, stroking your hair while you're working, but creating that space for you to be able to accomplish it, supporting it 100%. That's an idea, or my idea of being romantic. Being romantic could be being very supportive in what those ventures are, right? Because once again, you didn't meet someone who was doing this. Mm, mm, yeah. Ooh, ah, ooh, la,
And
la,
I
la.
don't want
Right?
that. Stop saying that, because I don't want that. I think that's corny, actually. Right? I think that ooh ah yeah ah ooh ah. I think that's whack. Like, it's not for me.
So that's a
You
really good
know?
question, actually, Natalie. Is the romance for you or for the other person? And you're absolutely right. But here's the thing: you also have to give grace to the person's ability. We had a retreat not too long ago, and it was a revelatory moment for the wife in that at the retreat, because she was like, the husband was finally able to say, what if the 25% is all I got? She never thought about that because he's not a person who um he's not a person who what's it what I'm looking for?
Was expressive
Very
and
expressive or things like that, right? So sometimes grace has to be given based on ability.
I love everything Irvin's shared, right? I as even as he was talking, I was like, oh, I love this man. Because like you are one heck of a supportive husband. But I love what Sylvie just shared. Like support is support and romance is romance. And I when someone is explicit in their definition of what it looks like to them, I think that's like I said, it's like a playbook for you. You know, yes, this is what you feel is romance based on your definition. However, I've expressed to you what my definition of romance is to me. And if you are so going to Natalie's question, but is the romance for you or the other person? It's for the other person. Like you, you're doing this to show me, in my case, in my eyes, that what I asked you for matters to you. What what it proves to me. It just proves to me that yeah, yeah, he's being intentional about what I've asked. And it makes me feel happy, like and nice.
I think I love this question from Sylvie too in terms of can't.
She said, yes, Grace, but does that mean you can't romance? Or is it that being romantic in the way she needs is uncomfortable for you? Doable, but uncomfortable.
It is.
When you love someone, is there a can't?
It
Woo.
actually is uncomfortable.
You've never shared that. You've never shared that.
Can I give context?
Yeah, no, I'm glad you're saying that. I'm not upset. I'm just saying
I wouldn't
you've
say
never.
comfortable. It's not natural. I think that's a word. It's not natural. Guys, I've been struggling for years to understand why I cannot be affectionate or emotional towards my mom.
You try. You try. But what I think is because of the way that you were brought up. Like you guys didn't really spend
No, that's not true. I was with my mom all my life.
no meaning like with her working and no. It's okay, babe. It's all right.
So my mom is the my mom is the best. She's the best person in the world. Very supportive. I have a sister. You guys probably don't know. I have a older sister. She's like 5 years older than me. Um,
It's okay, babe.
give me tissue. Ah!
You got it, babe.
All right,
Guys,
cool,
so you
cool.
got it, babe. You got it, Irv. You got it, Irv.
Yeah, man. I had two of my little cousins who ended up living with me as when they were very young, circumstantial, and I often feel like I failed them because of where they are now. I say all this to say these are my blood relatives. My little cousins, first my first cousins. My mom is my mom. My sister is my sister. And for one reason or another, I am never expressive with them. I just don't know how. And Sylvia's question make a lot of sense because, damn,
It's okay.
it's not. I'm on live, yo. What the hell?
It's okay, babe.
So I'm often very look at Nenen. Get out of here.
It's okay. Right now, it is okay to cry. Guys, he hardly ever cries. So, like, this is probably like a real
So I
sense
say
of
all that to
healing
say
just
maybe
coming
there
out.
is a degree of being uncomfortable and not being natural to do the things you asked me to do because as you could see I could it's and N wanted they want to say shut up Ron.
Thanks for breaking the ice.
Shut up Ron. And actually Sam was on Facebook, what the hell is he writing? He kept writing numbers 84 to
That's a
118.
score, babe.
I didn't realize what he was writing. But anyway, yeah, so oh all right, I'm good. So for those people I've always wanted to be I blame myself for my little cousin because when they first came to live with me, I was just more like I think it's like what Eileen was saying earlier. Sometimes it's just you're just so focused on your obligations. My obligation to them was for them to be successful
Yeah.
because they had the same immigrant story as I did. Just came to America. Um, like I came to America, I went to school. I am where I am right now, but the difference is when they came to America, they no longer had their father or their mother. So I didn't even factor in the fact that they might be depressed, not by having their family member around. So I was never, as much I was supportive of them, making sure that they're going to school, they do what they have to do. I didn't express emotions or feelings with them. My mom, when I was younger, I was able to do it more. But when we came to America, it become a task. Like I love you, mom, or I can't. I just can't do it. I don't know why. My sister, we were also apart for I was 12 when I
Over
came
10
to
years.
America. Longer than I was 12 when I came to America. We had Melody when I was 2009. I was 28. I was 28. So from the age of 12 to 28, I was never with my sister because she was in Haiti. I was here. She came when Melody was born. So we're talking about 17 years, 15, whatever that math is. I'm me and my sister like, hey sis, how are you? I barely call my sister. The fact that I'm able to be emotional with my family is surprising the hell out of me because given my history and the inability to do it for my with my own blood, the fact that I'm able to do it with my wife, maybe not to the frequency that she wants, I'm able to do it with my kids. And we were talking about it when I was explaining it to Ann on Saturday. When we were talking,
It doesn't matter
no,
the day,
yesterday.
just a couple of days.
When we were talking about that yesterday, she told me, and you guys helped me out with this one. She told me you can do it for me in terms of frequency and the intensity of being affectionate and emotional because you do it for Bailey. And she was like, I don't want. It's gonna come across like I'm jealous of Bailey, but I had to explain to Anne the way I am with Bailey as a toddler. Am I the same with Melody? And your answer was
No,
the way I am with Melody. Am I the same with Owen as my son, as my boy?
no.
It's like levels. Just because I think being a toddler, I think if you have if there's a baby in front of you, even Scrooge would turn into mush, right? Even Scrooge would turn into mush. Uh, and so That's why I had to explain. Like, what am I saying?
It's hard for you to be that person because it was never in you.
Yeah, to a certain degree, and I'm doing the best. So to answer Natalie's question, everybody was asking that question. It's a valid question. Is it? And this is for everybody who's watching too. Is romance uh
For you or for the
for
other
you or for
person.
that person? And I definitely agree. It's for that other person. But at the same time, there is a certain grace that need to be given to that person who's supposed to be given it. A certain grace to their ability. Doesn't mean you stay stagnant at all, right? But at the same time, there is that grace, right? And so that's what it is. So you talk, get myself together.
And I wanted to kind of go and kind of share like because he did bring up that Bailey thing, right? And I was like, I don't want you to think that I want what you I don't want you to think that I want what you give Bailey to give to me. But the fact that you can give it to her shows that it's in you somewhere. You know? The fact that you can be that even when Melody was younger, and even now, like you'll still like affirm her in ways, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's in you, and because I know it's in you, then that's why I'm like, okay, oh, so he can, you know what I'm saying? Not in a weird way, guys, not in a
Yeah, like this.
right, and not in a weird way or anything, but it's like
I really don't know what the hell has happened just now. I really don't know.
I'm glad it happened though.
No,
No,
no.
but you know why? Because you said some stuff tonight in that state that I've never heard before.
Was like what?
When you said about it being uncomfortable for you and not normal, um, you never shared that that could be the case, you know. And so now,
I
and
feel like
that's
to a
why I
certain
feel
degree
like
I have.
no, honey, if I'm saying you didn't, then I'm saying you didn't. I didn't get that. So I feel like when you have these conversations and you um, begin to define reasons why things are a certain way, then my perspective or even my expectations can kind of shift as well based on that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I
And
just
that's
want to
why
say one
even
thing for a point of clarity. I appreciate what you said. I'm sorry, baby. Cadmiel mentioned a really great thing, but only difference between me and that situation, my mom has been amazing. My mom hasn't done anything at all to cause the disconnect. I think if anything, the only thing she probably did was working so hard. She worked really, really hard. As being the only person, the oldest sibling of her siblings to be in America, and having to work to provide for me, take care of me, and take care of back home in Haiti. I think that's when the rift or the disconnect took place. I just want to clarify that one part that my mom is amazing, the very best. And you so great funny thing about it, what I'm sharing with you right now about her, try to make me tell her in her face. It's hard. It's weird and it's uncomfortable for me to tell her what I just told you guys about my mom. So mom, if you're watching, yeah, it's true.
what's true, tell her,
You're amazing. You're the best.
and I love you.
I love you, mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of the things that you shared tonight, I haven't heard. Um and I feel like it's giving me more grace towards you, right?
But do you
Um
think in hindsight, do you think the best approach, and you guys could chime in and talk about this too, because it's not just for us, it's for others who may be watching it. I think sometimes, and this is not it, let me just take it, make it more general. I think oftentimes what we do as people, we are so focused on us and our need. I want this, I need that. and the other person is just not doing it, do you think we should go more in our minds and try to think about why? What is it? What's the stumbling block? What's causing him or her not to be able to do it? That's in any part of relationships, right?
Mhm.
I think instead of being so focused, rightfully so, but if I may add, rightfully so, our needs are our needs. I tell N all the time that I tell N all the time, and that's our mantra. We definitely want to live by the mantra of validating people's feelings and people's needs, right? But if we step outside of our box of the box of us for just a moment, should we try to like Natalie's saying? It's not, and Natalie in this case is not just so much about self reflection, but reflecting about what might the other person be experiencing that they cannot articulate or they don't have the language to articulate. Recently Bailey's not hasn't been feeling well, and you already know she has an issue with the being verbal or whatnot. So it's like what is wrong with her? What might she be feeling at the moment that's causing her not to be able to tell me, hey, I'm this, I'm that, I need this, I need that. So I think in relationships, in defining moments in terms of what we want and what we need, and it's not happening. Not to say you lower your expectation, but there has to be a degree of evaluating, okay, what might be causing the other person not to be able to do it, and try to ask those questions if that makes sense.
I love that you said that, and I feel like when you do get to that place and you're thinking about why, and then you ask, I think the person has to be really open and honest and raw and really share so that that person like define what it is so that the person I feel
You realize what you just did, right?
I know
This
you're gonna say that,
what I
babe,
was
but
gonna
no,
say.
I validated what you just said.
No. You put in the honors.
Ownership.
There's a way to say it, but I don't know. On that on that person. This person has to.
They have
This
to
person.
because let's okay.
I
So
just told
in
you
our
what if
example,
I
in our
just told you what if
example,
that person. That's why I say take us take it out of us for a second. That person might not have the language to express whatever to give you the honest. Thank you, Sylvie. They might not have the they don't have, might
I don't
have the
know that word.
capacity.
I don't even know
They
that
may not
word.
have the capacity to even express what it is that they need. They might not even have the answer. That's why therapy exists. Like I tell some parents all the time that I work with, uh, I have some parents. I tell them all the time, "Why are you keep misbehaving in school? Why are you not listening to your teachers?" Some kids really don't know.
Hmm.
They really don't know why. I have a kid I work with right now. I love that kid. Great kid. Out of his siblings, they're all three in the same school. They all from the same parent household. His behavior is so extreme, and he really cannot articulate why it is that he behaves the way that he is. He don't have the capacity to do so. So, in addition, when you were responding just now, instead of just focusing on that inability, you continue to do the onus thing. Where you're trying to say, you, what about you? What about you? I think sometimes, guys, for N and I recently, I think that's where the stumbling block has been happening. And my frustration is, in spite of, okay, I'm not this, I'm not that. This doesn't happen because of that. It keep going back to, what about you? And I kept feeling like, dang, bro, I'm being blamed for every single. I'm trying to explain to you, but the blame keep coming back to me with no account, no grace for where the inability could be coming from.
And that's what I'm saying, honey. I don't.
So, oh,
You
let me
never
give you let me
share.
give you an
Wait. No,
yeah.
no. Because I need to come
You
back
talked
and
a lot
say,
earlier.
yeah, you and then you talked
Uninterrupted.
a lot too. So it's my turn. But that's what I'm saying. When I feel like there was a defining moment that happened tonight, right? Because now I can extend a little bit more grace because you were able to share and give language to your, I guess, inability or uncomfortability, right? So it's gonna look different now, but if it's not shared, then all I have is what I see. all I'm gonna go off of is what you're giving me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not putting it on you. I'm just saying, like, who else am I going to put it on? Like, it's right. It's something that we are going through. And if I'm sharing with you this, please tell me why, what's going on. And then it's like, you just don't understand. It's like, that's not enough for me. It's not substantial enough for me to say, okay, let's extend more grace. It looks like a lack of
I think
intentionality.
that one is for you.
It's not that they're not meeting your needs sometimes. Maybe they're uncomfortable or unable, but the will to do something is still there, and that needs to be honored.
And I think that's why it's a psychoanalytic for us. I think that's probably why to the questions before earlier about support and romance. Maybe I'm connecting support with romance, and there should be two different entities. I'm more. Oh, I'm super great in being supportive. Maybe I'm not as great as being romantic. Make sense?
So then, yes, it does make sense. And so I did ask a question because I'm very verbal in this relationship. I did say, so how can I help you be more of this? Because I do know that you want to meet my needs, right? I do know that because I know you love me.
And
Honey, can you stop doing that?
I was gonna give you an answer.
No,
But go ahead.
let me finish. So I would be like, how can I help you to be a little bit more intentional to my needs? And then he'll like get defensive, um, like you didn't even want to have that
Yeah.
conversation. And I'm like, well, why not have that conversation? Like, it's not that I'm not trying to school you or anything, but am I not supposed to be your helpmate? Like, I'm trying to help you.
Why do you know it doesn't come across as that?
You didn't say it does. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't
Have you
share,
step back to say
no. Sometimes you just need to be clear. You just got to say. If I'm saying, if I'm expressing,
I'm
wait,
asking a
honey.
simple question.
What?
Do you think sometimes it's good for you to step back and to see if you are?
I think after
We're
asking,
about to lose a lot of followers tonight
I think
of our ministry because we ain't perfect. I thought we were perfect. We're not. I hope you guys knew that.
I hate you.
Just saying.
I think after asking something, um, after a certain amount of times, sometimes the tone can change. I will admit that, and I apologize. Right? Um, this has been a conversation like we've had for a long time. After a certain amount of time, your tone, like, okay, Mel, get me something to drink.
That's Melody. Oh, I thought she was there.
No,
I already
like,
do want something to drink.
Melody, get me something to drink. Mel, did you hear me when I asked you to get me something to drink? Why are you still sitting there? Right? I asked the same thing 3 times, but because it wasn't being done the first or second, my tone kind of changed, right? And so I will admit that. And can you clarify, what does romance look like for you in this season?
Everything that I don't do, the getting up and go. Now,
Honey,
I will
that's no,
wait,
don't
Let me
talk
say
for
this. Let me
me.
say this. I will say this though, guys, and maybe you could allude to that. You could answer it. What was romance and a touching physical touch thing that we're talking about prior to the dining room table when we just used to be in this couch together?
I don't know your question.
What was the touch that you're asking for, the stroking of the hair and all that other stuff? That's your love language. What was it like prior to the circumstances of life where you're at that table and I'm over here giving you the space for you to work?
You think it was more?
I guess not.
No, but
I'm asking you. If it wasn't, it wasn't. Reflecting back
because
before that this life.
no, it's always been what it is. There have been bouts of more occurrences. Um, but yeah, it's been what it's been. And now I can understand why it's been what it's been, right? After this conversation. But when I okay. Let's take romanticism out, okay? Let's just say I'm just okay, let's just end it this way. I'm gonna say this and we're gonna end.
How you gonna end? How you know I won't have a rebuttal for what you have to say?
Okay. I want to know that I want to know that what I express to you matters by you acting on what I expressed. It's not even a need anymore. It's just, I know you love me, but can you show me, can you prove it in this way? By acting on what I've expressed. Because then that makes me feel, not saying this is, it's just what it makes me feel like. It makes me feel like what I said mattered to you. And you're the only person where what I feel I say, or you matter to me so much that I want to know that my words matter to you. Like, I don't care to hear it from other people. I don't care to receive it from other people. You're the one. You're the one. You're the one. God told me so. I'm being very serious. Like, I want to know that I'm on your mind. I want to know that that's romance to me. Like, I don't know what your definitions are, but my definition of romance in this present stage in my life, guys, because I feel like the waves of life are. Why is she down here?
Oh my God.
Sorry, guys. What happened, Mama?
Come here.
You're supposed to be upstairs.
Come. Come this way. Come this way.
You okay?
Okay. You have a cameo, y'all.
Yes, honey.
Sorry.
Watch me here.
Huh?
Watch me here.
You want to wash your hair?
Yeah.
All right. You want to say hi? Because people are now. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Don't touch it. Don't touch nothing.
What's your name?
What's your
name?
No, tell them what's your name. My name.
My name is Billy.
1 second, everybody.
Oh my God.
What are you doing?
So today is just showing you the everything that's happening behind the scene, right? That's your life. Where's your sister?
Huh?
Where's your sister?
She's upstairs.
Listen to this,
Really?
guys.
Aren't you supposed to be sleeping?
No.
Why is Bailey down here?
Oh my God. Did we tell you we were done? Say, cover your mouth.
Come and get Bailey now. I'm not done. She's literally on the live right now with us.
All right. So, okay, now you're going to say goodbye because Melody's coming to get you. Say goodbye, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Nice meeting you.
Nice.
Say nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
How did she escape you?
Y'all are still on live?
Oh my God. All right.
What's she down here?
I thought
All right.
you end at 10.
I love you, Bailey.
I love you.
Don't we always tell you we're done?
Mel, pick her up.
She
Oh, God, Mel, please.
she gonna touch the camera.
Come over here.
If she unplug it, you're in trouble. You're grounded.
You guys don't ground us.
Hey, don't brown down.
Bye. Go upstairs.
Say bye.
Bye.
All right.
No,
Guys.
it's not. It's not cute.
Oh Lord. All right. So, all right. I guess we needed that to kind of because it was
anyway.
kind of getting a little tense, right?
So
But did you hear what I said, Irvins? Do you remember what I said?
She interrupted me.
What did I say?
She threw me off, just being honest.
Do you need me to repeat
something
it?
along the line of how you're connecting, not getting those things as some sort of not me not loving you. That's the bottom line, or something that it doesn't matter to you, that because you don't matter to me because I don't do it.
Okay, I didn't say not loving. It just
Matter.
matters.
Right. So one thing I told Ed, right, going back to the whole compromise thing, I told Ed, and you guys tell me how you feel about that, especially the ladies and the guys. After getting dressed, is it wrong to be like, okay, babe, how do I look? I know you want me to say it, and yes, I should say it. For whatever reason, it just doesn't come out. Is it wrong to be like, just to ask me, how do I look, boo? Like do a little twirl, my guy, whatever. Anyway, guys, I don't know.
Wait for the answers.
What? Not every
Not every
time.
time.
Yes. Not every time. But she said, but what's your answer before? But sometimes, yes.
And I have.
When I ask you to do that, you be like, you don't want to. I get it. You don't want to ask.
Because
But does it help? Maggie, does it help? We're supposed to be helping each other, right? I don't know why I ain't trying to act brand new. Her thing was like more like, nope, it doesn't count.
Because after a while, it doesn't. After I have to keep, you want me to keep asking. Just tell me. If you think I'm pretty, say it. The times that you do say it, what happens?
You go in your arm bag.
Like
Aw.
you could get it. And that's the thing. Like if you want it more, just give it more. I'm sorry, guys. All right, I think we need to end because it's
But I really,
it's as far as
wait,
intimacy is
Time out,
concerned.
time out.
No. Listen what I say. Like as far as intimacy is concerned, like we like we're in a really great space as far as we love each other and our bodies and exploring each other, right? When I was younger, I was more of a robot. I was more of, you know what I'm saying? I had an energy. The older I get, the different things I need to get me back to robotic stage. If I'm telling you, if I'm giving you the cheat code to get me to that robotic stage again, and you want the robot, cheat.
What?
I'm giving you the cheat code. Use it. I think we can just drop the mic off on there. I want to put my fit on and have my man be like, dang, you look good every time. Because I be looking good sometimes, y'all. Like,
All right. So
I know I be looking good. Like, I be looking good sometimes too.
In all seriousness, I'll be honest, because the honest and transparent time tonight I think it's more for the men than it is for the women. It's a beautiful thing, so it's not a bad thing. But if you are going to get, this is like the takeaway in life lessons. If you are going to get into marriage and relationship, you need to be ready for the laborious part of it. In your spouse mind, and I say spouse because I don't want to be sexist. It could be because it could not, it's not always a woman. In your spouse mind, what they're asking for in the example that Anne is sharing sounds very simple. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But to you, if it's not a natural thing for you, it could be very laborious. And that's the type of stuff that impact marriages and relationship, because how defining moments. What you're asking me for right now is natural to you, but to that person is laborious. Are you willing to put the labor in? And the other person, are you willing to extend the grace based on that person's capability, inability, trauma, and history? You got to be really mindful about some of those things, because those needs will be changing. Those requests will be changing. Oftentimes when N is saying those things, and I don't know if you guys could agree or not, it's fine. It's all subjective. It could come across very directive driven. And honestly, sometimes there's some people, not so much so for me, because it come across so directive, driven, pride come into place. Well, what other word? Arrogance come into play. And so I'll be like, I ain't doing it. Because now you give me directive of what I'm supposed to, you telling me what I'm gonna do. And it could be very, very ego, right? And it could be very, very dangerous for any type of relationship. And not just marriage. It could be even a working relationship. Nobody want to be told what to do. It triggers things in some people. That's funny. I don't know if it's still here. I think there's a way to bring Ron on. Yeah, and so we have to be ready for that. And I think what N is talking about, uh, before I was never a need person. So now, when I express a need now, whose need is going to supersede the other person? Which need matters most, especially if they're counter in the same situation? How do you make that determination? So, guys, these are some of the things that we really want to be mindful about in these relationships and defining moments and the subjectivity and relativity that come along with some of those things that we share our own experience with it. So you guys are. That's why I keep saying earlier, keep sharing, because whatever. Hopefully, this moment was helpful to some people.
It was helpful to me, I'll say. Was it helpful to you?
Yeah, it was. I'm just reading this note real quick. I'm sorry. And so
was it helpful to you?
I just say yeah.
Be in the moment, bro. Was it helpful to you?
Yes. Well, if y'all feel like she's extra, I think no. I swear I swear.
Wait, why? I gotta be the extra one.
Stop. Seriously, I really want you to be able to see. Sometimes I get your need. Sometimes you are extra. You're extra, and it comes from the place of being spoiled. And I take a lot of credit for how she is. No, I'm not. You're laughing, and you could affirm it or not. I take a lot of credit for how she is. I feel like as a husband, I create that space. There's some wives who are not able to say some of the things that N was saying to y'all on the live right now. She's able to say it in our home too, because I create that space for that to happen. You want to affirm it, bro?
You're making me look like a horrible person.
I'm just saying.
I feel like we create that. Yes, definitely.
You are extra. You could admit that.
But you can't all of a sudden expect me to
like. You're extra. I need you to own that. I really would need you to own that.
I don't think I'm extra. I think what it is that I'm expressive.
Is Natalie still here?
I'm expressive. I'm not extra. I'm expressive, and you've given me the space to be that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So you can't all of a sudden want me to be different, like. So, yes, I am expressive, and I express what I feel. I express what I'm thinking. I filter my words. I've never disrespected you. Can you say that?
No, not to say you're extra.
What?
Not until you say you're extra.
I'm not extra, honey. A little extra in the way that expression was expressed. Yeah, I'm not extra. I'm just expressive.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I need you to reflect. Take a couple of days and reflect. Say, am I extra? Really? No, seriously. Have you ever?
Okay.
No. Have you ever done that?
But I can't say that until I know what your definition of extra is, honey. No. What is your definition of extra?
Forget my definition. Have you ever taken back? Say, am I extra on my demands? Have you ever done that? Yes or no?
I have. Honestly, I have.
And you come to the conclusion.
But I come to the conclusion that I don't feel like I'm asking too much. Like I'm not a materialistic person. I don't tell you I need I need all this money in the world. I don't tell you I need this. I tell
It
you
doesn't have
things.
to do. It doesn't have to be financial, tangible things.
Okay, but what I'm saying,
Extra could be more
but
than
you
that.
you asking me if I think about it in the way I think about it. Yes, I think that I don't think that I'm extra. I don't think that I'm asking for too much. Honestly, I really don't. I feel like it's like it's basic needs. You know what I'm saying? Like um like if it was something like more like difficult in my eyes, and I can't say it's not, I can't now I can
You're still
say,
belittling
honey,
people's experience.
you get defensive a lot. Let me just finish what I'm saying. I'm trying to find better words, but in my eyes, in the times that I was thinking, I was like, I don't think this is as difficult. I don't think this is too much to ask. But after you sharing tonight, like I said, we had that defining moment where I can now say, oh, well, maybe the way you've been saying it, or maybe you could be a little bit more
I
kind of
think
back up a little bit, because now you shared things that you really haven't shared in that to that intensity, because
t-
you've shared a lot, but to this intensity.
wait, you guys caught that, right? Because a lot of I literally was gonna ask a question. So, what made it different? Is it the vulnerability and emotions that came out of it? Because you've heard me talk about how I wish I was better with my mom, better with my cousin, better with my. You've heard all this before.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that they know it's not the first time you're hearing it.
No. But the way
Because you
the
keep saying
things
it's
that
the
you
first
added to it,
time.
you never connected it to how you're with me. You just talked about, as we would talk about, how we raised them, and, just your relationship. Because I'd be like, babe, why are you still thinking with your mom? That's when we would have those conversations. It's never been connected to us,
It's all part of me.
honey, but it's never been connected to us, right?
But I saw that to say, I
Until
just want you guys to know that it's not the first time she's hearing about it. Just the
I mean, you're
level of
not bad cop
intensity.
here. You're not bad cops. I don't think you need to prove that to them. What I'm
Mm.
saying is, it has never been shared to and connected to us in our situation.
I don't know what
So-
Silver's referring to here. I think Silver, just recap, remind us what you were talking about here. Yeah, that was a lot, guys. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, guys. Sorry, just reading comments. How do we wrap it?
We're going to continue talking after this because I got more to say, but I know you got to go. So thank you guys for being our therapists tonight. Thank you for your time, and not taking sides.
Did you read the earlier on? All those women was on your side until they heard my part.
They didn't take sides. They had to hear your part.
Thank you.
You were waiting for that, bro. You were waiting for that. Because you always want to be affirmed like you're the right one. Like I'm the wrong and you're the right. It's not true.
Thank
You're
you,
not always
Sylvie.
right, Urbans, and that's okay. You can be wrong
You
sometimes.
notice how you still not didn't acknowledge the comment that she made about what
And
you
ask
been
you
doing.
to answer yes extra times the way she wanted you to answer it. When did it? What? I don't get
On
it.
this one,
What?
right? I see what you mean by extra because Anna asked you to answer. Yeah,
What did I ask?
Sylvie, let her know. We'll tell
Okay,
her.
I don't
after.
know what that is, but anyway. But
Thank you. Love you guys. You appreciate.
thank you guys for your time and your. Thank you, IG, for rocking with us. You guys are pretty quiet tonight, but we
I
appreciate
think it's
you
not their
guys.
fault. It's hard to keep track of the comments, and so we lose the interaction. But we appreciate you guys too, for tuning in. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this live up. I don't know.
We should probably pray it out.
Yeah. Hope you guys still rock with us. Tune in next week. It'll probably be lighter. Until then.
We said we praying it
Oh
out.
yeah,
Bro.
you're right. Go ahead, pray for us. You Jesus' cousin. You're closer to him.
Kind of want you to pray.
Hold on one second. Oh Lord, thank you for this time, God. Thank you for this platform that you've blessed us with. that you've called us to partake in and lead your people and have those tough conversations and those tough reflections to better their own journey in relationship, their own journey in love, their own journey in marriage, their own journey in courtship, God. We are continuing to be willing vessels to use our lives as examples to help guide some people, Father God. And Lord, if there's anybody on the sound of my voice who are dealing with the same certain situations, regardless of the relationship, we just pray that you provide wisdom, understanding, right mindset, compromise, spirit of compromise to be able to overcome. Because Lord, the enemy hates unity in all matter of speaking. He hates seeing flourishing relationships, flourishing marriages.
Yes, Lord.
But Lord, we are trusting that you are the source of comfort, the source of peace, the source of guidance to help us to overcome. Father, as we continue, Ann and I continue to expose our lives to people, to help people, we pray that you fireproof our marriage.
Yes, God.
That, Lord, you continue to equip us to be what we speak about in our own home. And Lord, all the future endeavors that we have for this platform to help build men, women, couples. We pray, Father God, that even now, that you make provision in all matter of speaking, including the skills needed to resolve conflicts, to equip people to resolve conflicts. And Father, everybody on the sound of my voice, regardless of where they are in relationship, we just pray, Father God, even right now that you would help them, that you will cover them, that you will touch them on their own journey. We thank you, we honor you, and we are grateful for this mental. It's not an easy mental, Lord, but we embrace it. Continue to be with us. We ask you all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. And guys, keep us in your prayers. Again, this is tough to be in the space of leading people is rough. It's rough. So thank you guys. Have a good night.
Deuces.
Love y'all.